So there was this man, Jacob Waltz. I don't even know if he was Dutch. However, some people say he was, some people say he wasn't.
They're never Dutch.
Fair enough. You ready for this one?
I want it.
Okay. Are you familiar with the musician David Allan Coe?
Yes.
Okay. Do I know his name? No, I don't. Am I going to get eaten alive in the comments for it? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bring it, Instagram.
Oh, so that makes us guilty of the thing that we're seeing on
Yes.
camera. The thing that was recorded on camera because, nope, I'm not tracking that.
So there is a ton of lore around the Superstition Mountains. Everybody's already familiar with the story of the Lost Dutchman Mine.
Honestly, I don't know very much about it.
So there was this man, Jacob Waltz. I don't even know if he was Dutch. However, some people say he was, some people say he wasn't.
They're never Dutch.
Fair enough. So apparently Jacob Waltz is the Lost Dutchman, right? And there's a bunch of different folklore around him. However, supposedly he was pulling a bunch of super rich gold out of the superstitions. The weird thing is I have heard so many different claims about his story as well, that he was ambushed and killed. The official story is he died of pneumonia in like 1891 or something along those lines here in Phoenix, right? People claim that he was ambushed and somebody took over his identity. There's all sorts of crazy stories about that dude. But supposedly he was pulling a ton of gold out of the superstitions.
Which is a little bit wild because if you do a little bit of homework, there's gold all around the mountains. The gold fields, there's tons of them. But
right.
the mountains themselves, from what I found, is that they actually, the terrain there and the soil and the earth is that there's no, it's not conducive to gold, and that effectively most people that are professionals in that space don't think that there's actually any gold in there. It's all around it. So it's pretty wild that everybody thinks that there is gold in there, because apparently to geologists, there isn't any.
And so there's some speculation on that too.
Sure.
There's a couple different schools of thought that because that was very much an Apache land and to be considered a sacred Apache
Very
land.
sacred, yeah.
There's like the thunder god there and so on. And supposedly there have been Apaches that have been gathering gold and storing it there. Mm-hmm. And then they murder anybody who gets close to it. And supposedly there could just be a very rich vein there. There have been stories about I think there was one about a young Apache that was injured, and some prospector took care of him and brought him to the tribe and was rewarded with taking as much gold as you possibly can, but was blindfolded. And there's all sorts of stuff. There's supposedly a portal to hell out there. There's supposed alien activity. There's the supposed thunder god out there. There's so many crazy different stories. And even the Peralta family, the Peralta family was pulling a ton of gold out of there and taking it back down to Mexico. And they were ambushed over the gold because they were getting too close, or they got tired of them taking it. There's so many different stories. And then you have the Peralta Stones, and these stones are they're written in Spanish. They're supposed to be belonging to the Peralta family, and it's how you're supposed to be able to find the gold. And people have claimed electromagnetic fields out there, a sense of being watched. And if you do enough research, I've even read where people have claimed that there is about, on average, one murder a year. Murder, not lost hiker, not heat exhaustion.
Beheaded
with a hole in their head. Yeah. Minimum of a hole in their head, and their head 30 yards away from the body.
Found months, sometimes years later.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. Where it's just a skull with a hole in it. 30 yards from the skeletal remains. And I mean, even recently there's been a story within the last few years of a hiker going up there and not coming back out, which again, dangerous, right? In itself, if there's nothing else there.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there are people that claim that there's like lizard people out there. I mean, even my dad growing up told me stories about the superstitions. You ready for this one?
I want it.
Okay. Are you familiar with the musician David Allan Coe?
Yes.
Okay. Supposedly, there was, for entertainment purposes only, there was an Apache who was claiming that he wrote one of David Allan Coe's songs, one of the more famous ones, where he says, like, I got drunk the night my mom got out of prison.
Okay, to be fair, that's almost every country song at that time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
However, went to pick her up in the rain, and before I could get her into the pickup truck, she got ran over by a damned old train. So that dude claims that he wrote that song, right?
Okay.
Why does that matter? It doesn't. However, he also claimed that there is a secret tribe of Apache still out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that the CIA was involved because they were growing opium out there.
Mm-hmm.
This might get us killed. Should have probably prefaced before that.
CIA, friend of the show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsored
by.
According to the comment section?
Yes.
Yeah, we're plants.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly the CIA was growing opium out in the Superstition in like the 70s and 80s. And that's how the Apache were making money. Like, this is what this dude who also supposedly wrote a song for David Allan Coe that he stole from him and gave him no writing credits, was saying. So I've growing up, driving down the beeline, seen some weird helicopter action out there, you know. But supposedly the CIA was running helicopters in, loading them up with opium, and helicopters out. According to this Apache fella. Do I know his name? No, I don't. Am I going to get eaten alive in the comments for it? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bring it, Instagram.
Most hateful of all platforms. Instagram.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
We'll post this on Facebook, and people will be like, oh my gosh, I went out to Superstitions back in the 1970s,
and
right?
Tell their story.
What a wonderful memory to bring up. Thank you so much. I'm sure do miss my dad. And then somebody on Instagram will be like, yeah, well, your dad is so like,
they'll just say something.
I'm not going to get community struck by saying the things that they've said to me. No. But like one of them, and I might have mentioned this before, one of them got me really good.
You did, and I did do a reverse edit on it because it was like,
it was so good though.
It was really good. It was genuinely funny. Some of them are really funny though. So some of them are so funny, like they're so hateful. It's like, this has got to be a joke.
Right.
And if it's not, wow, that's sad. But I mean, I don't know because I don't know that person. So I don't know what their sense of, sarcasm or humor is or is not. And some of them are just, the ones that are funny are really, really funny.
Yeah. And then there's some people that just flat out need their hard drives checked by the FBI. Friend of the show.
Yeah. The FBI, however, not those hard drives.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
However, like there was somebody on there because I made that video clip, whatever, reel about shutting off little monsters, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I don't think that Howie Mandel needs to be flicking his tongue at a 10-year-old girl while his head's laying on her bed and she's asleep, right?
Yeah.
Don't need to subject an 8-year-old to that. And so many people just lost their freaking minds.
On Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
So offended that you would see or perceive that an adult laying in a bed with a child flicking their tongue in that child's ear, it's for a movie, so it's okay. It's not inappropriate. Somehow it's not inappropriate. And I'm like you. I fundamentally disagree that filming it for entertainment purposes is not entertainment. It's disgusting. It just shouldn't have happened.
So what I was told is that makes you
me or
the
you?
guilty. No.
Oh.
Us.
Okay.
So
we're guilty of
We're
this.
the guilty party because we're the ones that decided to put that connotation in there.
Oh, so that makes us guilty of the thing that we're seeing on camera. The thing that was recorded on camera because nope, I'm not tracking that.
Because he was just having fun and flicking your tongue at a little 10-year-old girl while she's laying in bed asleep,
Yeah.
that's on us for putting anything romantic. I don't know if I'm allowed to say sexual.
No, I mean it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
It wasn't something sexual until we decided
until
it was
we
gross.
saw a grown man in a bed with a child licking her ear. That made
Well,
us.
he didn't lick her ear. He just flicked his tongue at her.
But that makes us perverts. That Howdy
Exactly.
Mandel did that.
Exactly.
We're perverts.
That's what they said.
Yeah, so I'm not tracking that. That's okay.
So-
I don't have to track that. That
Right.
person probably doesn't do much with their life. That's fine.
Yeah. And he went on to say that what a cat, how do you say that? Upside down diamond. I am.
Oh. What a very
Sissy. What a sissy
What a
I
sissy.
am.
Sure.
For shutting it off and not allowing an 8-year-old to watch it anymore. Right.
Makes you- yeah, that doesn't track. That's all right.
And I need to have my hard drive checked because I wouldn't allow an 8-year-old girl to watch that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of it, he went on to follow up by saying that he hopes that she goes blind.
Do you want to protect children from seeing things that are clearly inappropriate, and that makes you the best? Hey, that's cool. Keyboard warrior, that stuff hard. Go. You know what? I would love to see with the Instagram versus Facebook comments how those are different on this exact segment.
Can't
That'd
wait.
be fantastic.
Can't
Anyways,
wait.
should we get back on track with the Superstition Mountains? We got way off.
So the Superstition Mountains.
Yes.
Super crazy. Are you tired of big corporations farming you for views? So are we. We're just two poor guys that are trying to put together a podcast. So if you can give us some help by doing a like, share, comment, subscribe, or save, it helps us trend in the algorithms. Thanks.